What is up, guys? Today we're gonna be doing another little video on gnome. Um, I'll just talk about the BSPWM situation real quick. So my fucking TV, I use this set up on a 50-inch television, 4K. It's what I watch movies on. I play video games on it, you know. So I had to set like custom DPI settings for my situation with my monitor or my TV, right? And what ended up happening was the cursor size would not stay the same. And I went through every little piece of config I could possibly find. I searched around, I looked around on the internet at a bunch of different things. I tried a bunch of different things and I just could not get it dialed in, right? And I was getting very depressed. Very depressed. And then I'm like, okay, let me just install some crap on my ThinkPad. I copied the configs over to there and everything worked perfectly fine. And yeah, so I ended up being back on GNOME. And recently I've been using more desktops than just 4 desktops. So I come in here and I'm trying to think of how to do things. And I noticed something. So by default, this is a big mistake by GNOME, by the way. By default, before you change anything, before you put in your pop shell, before you do whatever, the number keys, like, you know how you normally switch workspaces, like Super 1, Super 2, and so on and so forth? Those are all set to, like, stupid little programs. Especially, it seems like programs that I really don't use, right? So I went in and I tried doing a couple things. Let me not spoil this. Let's see. Okay, so this command right here. Or, no, that's not the full command. Hold on. Right here. G settings set org.gnome.desktop.wm.key binding switch dash 2 dash workspace dash 5. You know, quote, open bracket, slash, you know, blah, blah, blah. So this is like the G settings way of switching to the 5th desktop, right? And I'm just like, it just doesn't work. It's glitchy. It's weird. It just doesn't work. And I don't know, I was hunting around and I'm just like, somebody's gotta have figured this one out. And of course, you know, one of the greatest pieces of software ever created is the culprit for solving this problem. And what is that going to be? It's xdotool, right? So how do we get xdotool? So you'd go into whatever your package manager would be of choice. Me, I'm using Paru. So we'll do Paru -x xdotool, right? Put in your little password. There you go. Really tiny piece of software that installed in like a millisecond. And what does xdotool do? It's hard to say those words together. Anyway, it's a way of doing key presses and mouse clicks and different things through the command line, which is really sweet. So it's useful for, like, for instance, writing scripts. Like, I've written a bunch of automation scripts with it, and like, yeah, it's a very cool piece of software. Now, how do we fix our situation with the desktop thing? So if we're gonna spoil this real quick if we go up here. This is basically the command. Obviously you would switch here. Let me get this a little bigger. Obviously you would switch the desktop. Now xdotool recognizes the desktop starting at 0, so 4 would be 5. So if I do this, it's gonna switch to desktop 5. And if I open this and I look right here, I got my terminal on desktop 5, right? So the way you would do this is we're going to go into the settings, right? Oops, right here. We can go keyboard right here, and custom shortcuts. If I can, oh, it won't let me do the thing. Here, let me click custom shortcuts, and I already have a couple of these set right here, but I set them up like this, like switch to 5, and then I have blah blah blah. right? I'm only going to run 6 desktops because I don't really need more than 6. But yeah, this doesn't work. We can remove this. I'm going to figure that out later. Yeah, so switch to desktop, and then now I can be like, oh, desktop 6, that's where my OBS is, you know what I mean? And it switches around perfectly. Yeah, and there's that. I mean, there's not much more to it. XDTool is one of my favorite programs ever, because as a noob, when you want to learn scripting, it's one of the perfect things. Like, it gives you an easy in to, like, I don't know, like, just set up cool things. Like, I would do this whole thing where I would have it open up all the programs that I normally use on the desktops that I normally use, just using all the keystrokes. So, like, all the same keystrokes I would do. Oh, I want, Firefox, and I want to go over here, and I want to have, Discord, or whatever, whatever. I made these super simple scripts, and then I have them set up to a keystroke, and it's like, bang, I open up all my stuff. It's like pretty sweet. So, yeah, look into XDoTool. I hate saying it. It's like SXHKD. It's one of those ones that's really hard to say. Anyways, if you guys like this video, please comment, like, share, subscribe. I know I already said that, but I'm going to say it a second time. Do all the cool things. Enjoy life. It's still summertime. Get some burgies in you. That's what I'm probably going to do today. We're going to go a little Walmart run. All right, check you guys later. Peace out.